paint. I'm seeing here we ordered 20 gallons some time ago. See what we need in that on a regular basis, especially where school will be going into will be reopening in September. You won't have all the road markings and those people are crossing. They working?
Yes. Yes.
Mighty and eternal sovereign being, the light of all lights, the creator of the universe, we give thanks and sing your praise alone, for you are guide and protector. Supreme being, continue to bestow upon us your mercies and compassion, that we shall be pleased and be pleased all in the city of San Fernando. We shall glorify your name to the world through our examples. Almighty being, may your light shine upon this city and our country. Keep us away from all forms of darkness, and that we shall always acknowledge your greatness, for without your presence, nothing will be achieved. Amen.
Amen. Take your seat, please.
His Worship the Mayor, Alderman Junior Riguello, members of Council, Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Indarjit Singh, members of administration, ladies and gentlemen, I'm ASP Remy of the San Fernando Municipal Police Service. I'll be assisting the safety officer this morning. At the City Hall Council chamber, there are 2 points of egress. First is the one that we use as an entrance, and the second is immediately behind me on my right. Should there be an unlikely event, persons are required to use these 2 points of egress and assemble at the muster point, which is located at the Harris Promenade Bandstand. There we will account for persons present at this meeting this morning. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Remy. Members, meeting is hereby called to order for...
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Can I get confirmation, please?
Your Worship, members of Council, Mr. CEO, I move for the confirmation of the minutes statutory meeting held on Tuesday, the 29th of May, 2018.
Second.
Your Worship, Mr. CEO, members of Council, members of Administration, Springville Paradise, rise to second.
All in favor? Any against? Any abstention? The motion is carried. Matters arising. Page 2. .1 COPSEC, any progress to have the information gazetted?
Good morning, members. Through the chair, after our discussions with the mayor and CEO, we have prepared a draft in respect to the change in the traffic plans, as well as we would have CC'd our line minister in respect of updating them and the Ministry of Works and Highways in respect to the change in traffic routes and so over the past few months.
One be directed to the Minister of Works. You mentioned Highways, Minister as well.
Right.
Thank you. Page 3. Four, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 9 and 10, bring the minutes to completion. Announcements.
Mayor, members of Council, CEO, members of Administration. Bonnet rise to move the announcements as follows. We have the death of Miss Mavis Lewa, who died on the 24th of June 2018. She was the wife of a popular San Fernando playwright, stroke director, Mr. James Lewa. Apart from her being an educator in South, she acted and directed most of the plays which were written by her husband. Her funeral was held on Monday, the 26th of June. I've also been asked to announce the death of Mr. David Cromwell, and you will bear with me, this one is a bit long. He was born in St. David, Grenada on the 9th of November 1920 and died on June 26, 2018. He was 98 years old when he died. He left Grenada in 1941 to begin his residency in Trinidad. He lived at St. Margaret's for some time, during which he met Mrs. Eileen, who resided in Marabella at that time, and they got married in 1947. He has been a member of the People's National Movement for the past 59 years and has made an invaluable contribution during his membership. One of the notable contributions of Mr. Cromwell to the People's National Movement was being the chairman of Party Group 6 of Pointe-a-Pierre constituency for over 40 years. He assisted everyone and supported all the party's activities during his tenure and continued to do so even down to his last few days.
He described the party group as being the most vibrant and successful during his time. He was a member of the Alcohol Anonymous for 40 years, as well as served as the president of the Marabella Friendly Society, where he made an outstanding contribution. He was also the president of the Marabella Community Council for a number of years, during which he served selflessly. He started working at TSTT in 1969 as an inspector, and during his time there, he was promoted several times, one of which times he served as security within the company until his employment period ended at age 80. And after which he was given an additional contract due to his great dedication to the organization, which allowed him to serve for an additional 5 years. He remained a supportive member of the People's National Movement and believed that through continuous development in Trinidad and Tobago and its people will always be possible. Thank you.
Let me just add to Mrs. Mavis Lewa. Mrs. Lewa was the principal of Narabema Girls High School and was very prominent in the arts in San Fernando. She was a member of the San Fernando Arts Council for years and was very much a performer. For those of us who grew up in San Fernando and familiar with the arts, herself and Ralph Maraj were prominent during the days when the glory days of San Fernando, when we were dominant in the San Fernando Drama Arts Festival. I can recall her doing the classics, the Shakespeare, Romeo and Juliet, and adapting to that classical aspect of drama as opposed to what we knew. And here it is, we have the passing of somebody who was very much involved and very well, not only capable, but competent and cover a wide range of performance as opposed to just the local element and the local content. So we mourn her passing and I'll ask everyone to stand and do a minute of silence. Committee reports for acceptance. Finance, Planning and Allocation of Resources.
Please, Your Worship, Mr. CEO, members of Council, move for the acceptance of the Finance, Planning and Allocation of Resources Committee reports, meetings on the 25th of April 2018, 1st of May 2018, and the 8th of May 2018.
Second, please.
Your Worship, Mr. CEO, members of Council, members of Administration, Marabella East is pleased to second.
All in favor? Aye. Any against? Any abstention? The motion is carried. Public Health.
Your Worship, Mr. CEO, members of Council, Marabella sought Mr. Bala rise for the acceptance of the Public Health Committee reports held on the 1st of May 2018.
Second, please.
Good morning, Your Worship, Mr. CEO, members of Council, members of Administration, ladies and gentlemen, I, Alderman Johannes Steinreich, do so.
All in favor? Any against? Any abstention? The motion is carried. Personal.
Your Worship, excuse me, Your Worship, CEO, members of Council, Manipo Navet rise for the adoption of the report of committee meeting of the Personnel Department held on the 8th of May 2018.
Second.
Your Worship, Mr. CEO, members of Council, I rise to second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any against? Any abstention? The motion is carried. Physical infrastructure and transport.
Your Worship, Mr. CEO, members of Council, members of Administration, I, Councillor Arnold Sugan, rise for the adoption of this committee report held during June 2018.
Second. Could somebody second it, please?
Your Worship, Mr. CEO, members of council, Koke Tuba rise to second.
All in favor? Any against? Any abstention? The motion is carried. Personal committee reports, meeting held on the 8th of May. Sorry, committee reports for adoption.
Yeah, sure. Your Worship, Mr. CEO, members of council, Marabella sought Mr. Bella rise for the adoption of the Park and Institution Committee meeting held on 8th of May.
Can I get a second, please?
Your Worship, Mr. CEO, members of administration, members of council, Legislature for West rises to second.
All in favor? Any against? Any abstention? The motion is carried. Planning and development.
Your Worship, members of council, Mr. CEO, members of administration, I rise for the adoption of the Planning and Development Committee report of meeting held on 8th May 2018.
Second, please.
Your Worship, Mr. CEO, members of council, members of administration, Marabella East to second.
General purposes. All in favor, I should say. Any against? Any abstention? The motion is carried. Moving it alacrity this morning. General purposes.
Your Worship, Mr. CEO, members of council, move for the adoption of the General Purposes Committee meeting report held on the 8th of May 2018.
Second.
Your Worship, Mr. CEO, members of council, members of administration, Marabella East to second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any against? Any abstention? Motion is carried. Education and youth development.
Your Worship, members of council, Mr. CEO, members of administration, good morning. I, Alderman Shane Samuel, do rise for the adoption of the education and youth development held on the 8th of May 2018.
Second, please.
Good morning, Your Worship, Mr. CEO, members of council, members of administration, ladies and gentlemen, I do second.
All in favor? Any against? Any abstention? The motion is carried. Culture and the arts.
Your Worship, Mr. CEO, members of council, members of administration, Springville Paradise rises to ask for the adoption of the Arts and Culture meeting held on the 1st of May 2018.
Second, please.
Good morning, Your Worship, members of council, Koke Tuba rise to second.
All in favor? Any against? Any abstention? The motion is carried. Public claims and liabilities.
Your Worship, Mr. CEO, members of administration, members of council, Legislature for West Laramine rises for the adoption of the committee reports held on the 1st of May 2018.
Second.
Good morning, Your Worship, Mr. CEO, members of council, members of administration, ladies and gentlemen, I do
All in favor? Any against? Any abstention? The motion is carried. Sports and social services.
Monrepo Navet rises to, Your Worship, CEO, members of council, Monrepo Navet rise for the adoption of the report of the Sports and Social Services Committee meeting held on the 1st of May 2018.
Second.
Your Worship, members of council, Mr. CEO, members of administration, I rise to second.
All in favor? Any against? Any abstention? The motion is carried. Security and disaster.
Your Worship, Mr. CEO, members of council, Koke Tuba rise for the adoption of the Security and Disaster Committee report meeting held on the 1st of May.
Can someone second the motion?
Your Worship, Mr. CEO, members of council, members of administration, Legislature for West rises to second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any against? Any abstention? The motion is carried. Tourism and heritage.
Worship, members of council, Mr. CEO, members of administration, members of public, Alderman Shane Samuel do rise for the adoption of the Tourism and Heritage Committee report held on the 1st of May 2018.
Second.
Worship, members of council, Mr. CEO, members of administration, I rise to second the same.
All in favor? Any against? Any abstention? The motion is carried. Assessment committee.
Your Worship, Mr. CEO, members of council, members of administration, Springville Paradise rises for the adoption of the Assessment Committee meeting held on the 1st of May 2018.
Your Worship, Mr. CEO, members of council, members of administration, Legislature for West Laramine rises to second.
All in favor? Any against? Any abstention? The motion is carried. Mr. CEO, do you have any petitions?
Your Worship, member. Petition
Any
to
motions?
No motion today, Your Worship.
Any personal explanations?
No personal explanation from admin, Your Worship.
Any questions, Mr. CEO?
No questions from admin, Your Worship.
Any urgent matters, Mr. CEO?
Yes, Your Worship. We have one correspondence on the correspondence. It's a letter from the Trinidad Muslim League Primary Secondary School dated the 22nd of the 6/2018 address to His Worship the Mayor, Alderman Junior Regrello, San Fernando City Corporation. Dear Sir, on behalf of the San Fernando TML Primary School, we would like to extend our sincerest thanks to you for your contribution towards our graduation held on June 21st, 2018. We appreciate your presence and the greetings you brought on behalf of the City Corporation. Your address was certainly well received by our audience. Thank you for your support, and we look forward to working with you in the future. Signed by Mrs. Wahida Mohammed Narain, Acting Primary Principal, San Fernando TML, Your Worship. That's it from correspondence, Your Worship.
Noted. Members, as is customary, I will do my usual monthly report, and is our drive to implement and develop a strong, cohesive bond with our citizens. As such, public input is of pivotal importance in the execution of our collective duties. To this end, it's my pleasure to report that plans are on the way towards the implementation of a trial run of a curbside pickup of recyclables in the city of San Fernando. This pilot project represents a partnership between the San Fernando City Corporation and Swimcol, and this morning later on I will ask the CEO of Swimcol, who's with us this morning, to give a brief overview on this project. It is being spearheaded by the Minister of Public Utilities, the Honorable Robert Leigh Hunt, who I must congratulate again on bringing this important issue to the forefront, not only with words, but with definitive action. In recent times, there has been a massive increase in social awareness of the impact of waste management in our nation. This month, the hardworking ladies of Seroptimus International held an initiative focused on highlighting the dangers of plastics in our environment. Plastics in the sea kill over 100 million marine animals each year due to plastic debris in the ocean, and is a major contributor to flooding, landslides, and soil infertility. It is harmful to human and ecosystems, as toxic industrial chemicals leached from plastics can be found in the tissues of all organisms. We must advocate for a campaign geared towards changing our habits, such as the use of reusable plastic bags, and an increasing awareness of our citizens in environmental issues. I'm certain that the congruence of these factors will ensure that San Fernando adopt these initiatives and ultimately lead the way towards a cleaner and healthier environment for all. As we move on, I would like to engage citizens on the San Fernando police station, which was ravaged by fire in 2009. Our citizens have been clamoring and have made impassioned pleas for an undertaking of the revitalization of the San Fernando police station. These repairs are necessary not only for aesthetic purposes, but also to make available much needed space for our hard-working police officers who currently execute their duties in extremely cramped conditions. To this end, I have sent correspondence to the Honorable Minister of National Security, Mr. Edmund Dillon, and the Acting Commissioner of Police, Stephen Williams, with regards to this issue. As such, we will soon be instituting a committee made up of concerned citizens who will be charged with the restoration of this iconic building. I would like to congratulate ROBC on the opening of their latest branch in Marabella that happened yesterday evening. This latest branch is first of its kind in the Caribbean that has positioned itself to deliver a comprehensive digital approach to the banking industry in Trinidad and the Caribbean at large. Boasting an integrated online system with a restructured appointment-based system, RBC is poised to deliver a new millennium approach to banking in Trinidad. What should be noted is that RBC has chosen San Fernando as the primary location for the launch of this service. Indicators such as development, growth potential, and financial viability were certainly factors in this decision and reflects the confidence that RBC has in the future of San Fernando. As such, we look forward to the benefits that this banking facility will bring to our city and our citizens. Finally, regarding our desire to improve and increase the entertainment sector in our city, we have engaged the services of one of our nation's living legends, Mr. Dr. David Ruther, to present his 6.5 concert at Napoleon Bowl on Saturday, July the 28th, 2018. This concert featuring David Rother will certainly bring a touch of class to Napoleon Bowl, which once was the prime venue for shows of this nature. San Fernando remains a prime location as it is central to nearby districts, which we hope that it will be well supported by our neighbors. This concert underlines our constant drive towards bringing quality entertainment to our city. I would like to thank the citizens of San Fernando for their support that they show as we strive to uphold our mandate of putting San Fernando first. Thank you. At this point, members, I would like, and as you can see, we have a full representative, how I should put it, body of people in the council chamber, and I am very impressed with what we all saw here. And let me give you some background to this. Before I will leave the best for last. At this point, I will ask the CEO to do something that was very unusual. In order to deal with the traffic congestion we have, particularly around Carib Street, where we have Grand School, Presentation College, and a lot of business places, we had to find alternative parking for the staff at San Fernando City Corporation. And we asked a group of workers to volunteer to come out and work on a Saturday to assist in providing a space. And some noble gentlemen from the corporation volunteered, and in order to show our appreciation, there is a citation we done this morning. And I know a lot of things have been said and have been said over the years about the mentality and the attitude of workers, but let me tell you that there are some very good workers at the San Fernando City Corporation who are committed to the cause. And this morning we want to highlight them, and could the gentlemen who volunteered the service please stand? You can see them, let's give them a round of applause. And I will ask the CEO to assist in the citation for these gentlemen. And can you come forward? And it will be done in the center of the horseshoe. See, I think that mic is working, you know. Yes. And see if you need assistance from these ladies here, because I'm sure they'll much prefer that to receive the citation from a lady than you. So you have some ladies here on either side.
Again, it's a privilege for me to be standing here as your new CEO. I've been here about 6 years now. But however, I would want to consider that new, because this initiative is the first, I think, in the whole line of the history of San Fernando, in terms of which our employees are being honored for a particular service, a service in which they took off their time. It was a Saturday morning. It was arranged just the day before, and these guys were willing to come forward to deal with this assignment. His worship said that the assignment really entails creating a car park. It was much more than that. It was the exercise was a very extremely difficult exercise. It involved a lot of derelict vehicles and machineries that were on the site. It requires a lot of cutting and filling to create a level area, and the guys then were all here very early. They were, at each step of the assignment, they were, looking at it and trying to without the absence of technical people, surveyors, etc., they were doing all the leveling and things like that. It was really amazing on that morning. So I would just like to read the citation. It's a letter here, the San Fernando City Corporation. Yeah. Citation for dedicated service presented to in appreciation of your spirit and volunteerism, teamwork and commitment to the accomplishment of the mission of the San Fernando City Corporation, the dedication of your work and professional and reasonable manner in which it was executed on Saturday, the 20th of April 2018 is commended. This citation for excellence and is given on the 27th of June 2018, signed by your worship, Alderman Junior Reguello, and your CEO, Untitled Chapter. So as we begin, we would like to have some assistance from the members of council, female members of council.
Councillor Smith is the first person in line.
We'll start with Councillor Smith or Councillor Teresa Lynch.
And thank you, Council Lynch. We'll now call Council. Thank you, Councillor Smith. Councillor Wilson. Yeah, please you stand by. Stand by. And he was something familiar with. Okay. So he looked like looked like one of my children. Deputy CEO. We just acknowledge them. And thank you, gentlemen, for a job well done. And let me note that there are committed persons in the corporation and money isn't all. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. As you know, we started the recyclable curve project some time ago in collaboration with SwimCall. And before we move into the competitive aspect, I would like to call on the CEO of SwimCall, Mr. Ron Roach, to give an overview on the objective of this exercise. Can you join us, please, CEO, at the center? Is the microphone working? Ronald, I think you could speak. You could speak loud, right? Yeah. Right.
Right. So good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's really a delight to be here this morning and to talk about the intended recycling program that we, along with the San Fernando City Corporation, intend to launch in the city of San Fernando. Recycling is something that it's not an option anymore. When you look at the fact that we live in an island state, we're surrounded by water and we are continually importing products, all types of products and so. And what happens to those products? When you all put out your garbage, that's the end of your problem as citizens, but it's the beginning of our problems. And the reality is we are simply running out of space for which we can dispose of materials, of your waste. It is estimated that 80% of the waste in Trinidad and Tobago is recyclable. And we just need to have that recycling program going on. So along with our Ministry of Public Utilities, we have been working with the various regional corporations, with the various municipal corporations. A project was started in the Tunapuna Piapa Regional Corporation in 2016. We recently launched another program in the Kuva Tabaki Talparo Regional Corporation, but I'm happy this morning to say that plans are underway, very much underway, where San Fernando will become the first city to be part of that program. And I think what the program involves, and we'll be starting in 2 select communities in the first instance, that being Gulfview and Embarcadero, and we will be requiring the residents in those areas to separate their beverage containers to include plastic bottles, glass bottles, aluminum cans, and Tetra Pak. So things like your fruit juices, your water bottles, and so those things are all recyclable, and we're asking people, instead of putting it in your regular garbage, to separate it, and once a week on a Thursday we will be coming around, the San Fernando City Corporation itself and FIMCOL will be coming along in designated trucks to pick up that recyclable waste. That recyclable waste will then come to our facilities where it will be processed into new materials. So what we'll be doing is diverting that material away from the landfill, and we will be, of course, enhancing our the cleanliness of our country, and it's something that we are asking people to be part of. It takes an extra effort, but that effort is worth it. And especially as I look and I see all the young people here, all the young children, all the school children, so we have to create a better place for our children. We have to leave a legacy for them, and they have to continue with that. So you all as young children, you all have to be the ones to encourage your parents, encourage the citizens to be part of this program and make the extra effort. Sometimes we are too busy with our daily lives to think about recycling and to think about waste management, but the reality is that it affects all of us and we need to do something. Yeah?
Thank you. Mr. Roche, goodies can come back and stay right there while he's doing that. So members, we had to select a team for this project. And we thought that the ideas really come from the young persons. They're the ones with the ideas. We are a bit tired because our ideas have been used up. So we met, the committee met, including some COL representatives and our team, and we sent letters out to several schools to make recommendations and with suggestions and ideas. And we struggled to come up with a winner. Eventually, we found 2 persons that we couldn't separate. Is a young person from Naparima School by the name of Craig Cebu. I have pronounced it right? Craig Cebu from Naparima School. He came up with a team. Be the solution and end pollution. And we found it was a bit brief, but it needed some more depth. And then we found something from another school. It was, and Craig, by the way, is from Naparima Boys College, Naparima College, led by Principal Dr. Michael Dowlat. And that was tied with San Fernando East Secondary. And this theme was put together by a team. Zan Lamont, Rochelle Baino, Shania Craig, Hadia Warwood, Carissa Mangano, and Regan Ramlal. And their recommendation was bunch it, batch it, bring it, we'll take it. So let me connect it for you now. Bunch it, batch it, bring it, we'll take it. Be the solution and end pollution. And it's a tie. At this point, we will ask both groups to come forward, join us in the horseshoe, and SWIMCOL will give you their prize, and we have some goodies here for you.
On behalf of SWIMCOL, we'd like to congratulate you on the excellent theme that you came up with, be the solution, end pollution. I think it's very apt for what we're trying to do and very direct, and we'd like to congratulate you. Yes, keep up the good work. So while speed is solution and pollution was quite direct, this one is really more relevant to what we're asking people to do. We're asking people to bunch it, batch it, bring it, and we will take it. And that's the essence of really what we expect the citizens in those two areas to do. So again, we'd like to congratulate you on behalf of the students for that excellent theme. And we hope that that is what will happen in San Fernando. Thank you very much.
So we'll ask the workers not to leave. We also have to do a group shot with you all and us, the city corporation workers. And we move to the other interesting part of this morning's presentation. And last Saturday, a young group of concerned San Fernandians under the guise of the San Fernando West PNM Youth League, but that's not the important thing. Let's forget that part of it. It's the commitment of these young people who came up with a Trash to Art project. Now, I heard about this project some time ago, and honestly, I want to admit I did not pay much attention to it, and I must apologize to them for that. But it started to blossom and develop, and we ourselves on this end started developing and meeting with Swimmicle, realized that this is falling into place at the very same time. However, I could not attend the event on Saturday as I had to go in the bush Saturday evening and attend another important function. I got a call by one of the judges Saturday night. She said, Mr. Regallo, you know, I think that there were some brilliant young minds that created some very astonishing and amazing pieces that the corporation should do something about. So I came down about 10:30 in the night, and I got a call from one of the organizers and say, we have these pieces and we have to return them and we don't know what to do with it. And I called the CEO about after 9. He contacted Ms. Remy, who's in charge of our police department. She got one of our officers. And in the blistering rain, if I may say so, we came down and opened the office and stored all these pieces. Because I was amazed when I saw them last night. I mean, every one of us who saw those pieces was amazed by the talented young San Fernandians. Let's give them a round of applause. Amazing pieces. And at our caucus council members, we sat down, we discussed, and we said, we have to more or less honor these young persons in whatever way we can. And I want to tell you, every piece here this morning will be compensated. We are going to highlight the winners, but the other pieces, they will be rewarded before the end of this week. I want to give you the assurance. So at this point, I would like to ask the organizer of the, I see 2 persons here from the Trash to Art. Can you all come forward? Can you come forward and give us a rationale to this undertaking and what got you all, inspired you all to do this? Please, can you come forward?
I feel like our theme is bunch it, sculpt it, bring it, and we'll take it. His Worship the Mayor, Alderman Junior Regrello, CEO, members of council, members of administration, and all of you specially invited guests. So I'll be short. I don't think in any way we should be credited for this because, one, we come from and we're able to chair a group of young people that allow us to live out our dreams and give dreams and make it manifested and almost tangible, as you can see. And then 2, to all of you, So the principals of the schools, when we came with this idea, irrespective that we come from a political group, you all allowed us to come to your schools, one, and two, you all entered, which is the most amazing thing to us, and we're grateful for that. And then, in addition to that, all of you students, you completely blowed our minds. We didn't know what to expect, and then you brought these masterpieces, and we're so grateful for all of you for entering. And before I just hand you over, I just want to state that my environmental science teacher from Naprima College is here for 2 units in Cape, and I just hope she's proud of me. Okay.
Hi everyone, good morning. So I'll be very brief. The idea came from one of our members. We wanted to do something for World Environment Day, but unfortunately, during that time, all of us had exams and that kind of thing. So we waited until the end of the school term to really do this project. And honestly, we were blown away by everything, every piece that came into Naprima Girls High School on Saturday morning, honestly. We really didn't expect this level of artistry. So thank you so much, everyone, for entering. Congratulations to all the winners. Congratulations to all the participants. So thank you. And thank you to the mayor for allowing us to display these pieces here this morning.
Mr. Regalo, we'd like to ask the winners to come forward and give us a rationale to the thought process and the concept. And can you announce, you have the information? Yeah. You can start with it. I don't know how we have it. I don't know. Just give
it. But she's not represented today. And this is Delia Bagalu. And she did City Hall, as you can see.
Yeah, let's clap that.
But she's absent today. And then, so third place in the primary school category is Jemiah Faye. And
is she here? Grand school?
Yeah, so she's from Grand School.
Right. Could you come and tell us how you came up with this, please?
Hi, my name is...
So face the audience. Right.
My name is Jemiah Faye. I'm 11 years old. And the name of my piece is The Last Train, and it can be found on the Harris Promenade. And we came up with this idea.
Face the audience, please. Right. Right.
The process took 6 weeks to make. And for the train, I used a tinfoil box, cereal box, a gas tank cover, Play-Doh cover, Play-Doh cover for the wheels, hair accessories. For the tree, I used printing paper, and around we just put different types of trash around, and yeah.
Congratulations. Okay, so congratulations, and you will be collecting a prize from us, and we'll contact your school. Well done.
So this is our second place in the primary school category, and was also our most original piece. And this is Soleil Bess from San Fernando Girls Government.
Can she come forward, please?
Who's also our smallest entrant.
How old is she, Joshua? 8. Come forward and face the microphone. You'll be on YouTube, you know, young lady. You'll be a star tomorrow, this evening. Yeah. Wow.
Good afternoon. Good morning. My name is Solene Bess, and I decided to do the fire station headquarters in South because I decided to do this project because I always wanted to do this, and my friend's mother is working there, so I wanted to see inside of it. So the flag is made out of old pieces of fabric, and inside this building is the male domes. There is rest inside there, and underneath is the female domes, and they do the same thing.
Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you.
I'll just be her spokesperson for a quick second. Wyatt won the most creative piece, and I don't think I'm able to show you. Maybe she can. When she describes the domes, she actually went to the fire station, and she made inside of each building as a replica of the building itself. So if you look inside, you see she made mini stickmen, and she made tiles on the floor. She put the fireman hats on the wall. Every room is openable, and you could see it, and it's a replica of the exact building.
And is a fireman ladder going up as well?
Yes. Even the truck that she made, she put firemen inside, which she made from sewage cleaners, pipe cleaners, and the wheels work as well. So everything is like functionable and openable. So she really did a good job.
Congratulations, congratulations, young lady. That's all right. That's all right. It's recyclable.
Our first place winner came from TML, and his name is Suvan Subans, and he made the steel pan man.
Good morning, Mayor and everyone.
I had nothing to do with that. Huh? I did not judge that.
I chose this piece because I thought it would have been fun, and I also live right next to it. The process took 10 days, and first I drew a stick figure of the steel pan man, and then used the bamboo skewers to make the frame. After I did that, I wrapped foil around it and squeezed and squashed it until I got the shape I wanted. Then I put layers upon layers of glue, paper towels and newspaper so it can be smooth. It took 10 days to dry. After the 10 days, while my mom put the hot glue on it, I put the aluminum cans on him for the hair, shirt and pants. And I used the bottom of a Coca-Cola can as the steel pan, and while my mom held it, I used some excavation tools to punch the sinks in it. For the fences, I used cereal boxes, and for the grass and the ground, I used plastic bags, and for the stand, I used cardboard boxes, and for the chips on the stand, I used plastic plates.
Congratulations. Congratulations. And I'll go a little further. That's looking better than the original statue itself. Maybe we could revisit the statue. So where
and then
do we go
last, there were 2 mayor prizes, which, without bias, went to the both city halls. But only one person is here with us. The other one is Delia, and that is Chris Mohammed from TML as well.
Yes.
Good morning. I decided to make City Hall because I like the design of the building. Materials that I used were cardboard boxes, Coca-Cola bottles, pencils, straws, and styrofoam. It took me 11 days to make it.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Anybody else here, Joshua?
We also had 2 special prizes because we just couldn't leave without honoring these people. And the first one is Ishana Dattadine, and she made the big last string.
Bring her forward one.
So Ishana, you can come. She's from Anstey Memorial Girls
Well
Primary
done.
School.
Well done. Yeah, yes, man. We don't want to bring it out, man. Yeah. You get help if you want help. That was so detailed. Yeah. Turn this way. Joshua, turn this way. Turn the other way. Right. Yeah. Right. Again. Turn again. Right. Good. Look, turn out more, Joshua. More sideways. Right. Good. Go ahead, young lady.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I wanted to do the train because it was one of my favorite historical sites in San Fernando. I always admire it. It was just amazing, the architecture.
You go ahead.
And I always wanted to do cycling. It was one of my passions, and I hope one day the whole of San Fernando could actually do it. Because it can make the world a better place.
Sweet.
It took me 2 weeks to complete it. I used plastic bottles, Coca-Cola cans, cardboard, paper mache, and newspapers.
Well done. Help him this.
The other special prize was Chris Muhammad, but he already explained his piece. And we have 2 more pieces that have not been explained yet, and we'll call, I believe it's Candy from St. Gabriel's.
Well done. My favorite school.
And Elise Rabatali from San Fernando Girls.
So let's do the first one.
We'll do this one first.
Is this the police station? Wow. The judges had a hard time.
Good morning to everyone. I did the police station because from ever since it has been a very unique piece with all the stonework and the way how it has the arches and all of it have actually the burnt piece they left and all of the grass growing in between the windows and that stuff. And that's how the tower is it is beautiful, and they actually left everything the way how it was for history. And I decided to do it because I think that it would bring awareness of how people actually could do it, even though a piece of it was burnt, and it is still making history.
Wow.
For the new part, the original piece, I weaved strips of brown paper to make the brick effect. For the cars, I printed out cars on the internet and then used water bottle covers to make the wheels. For the arches, I used cardboard and painted it. For the guttering, I used suede off of my grandmother's mask costume. For the roof, I used the crepe paper for it, so it will have the wavy effect. And for the windows, I used matchsticks to symbolize the burnt up window panes from the fire. And I used the wool for the grass on the ground. And that was it.
Well done, well done. Yeah. You know, I don't want to, you know, we live in a very competitive world. Everything we look at from a competitive aspect. But this young lady was so articulate in her description of this thing. And it seems like she's well groomed and come from a very good school. And our principal will be very proud of her this morning. Unlike everybody else, but those are things that we want to develop in our young persons. Let's continue. This the bandstand. Yeah. Which one? The old one or the new one? Yeah. Like a carrot shed.
Good morning, everyone. For my presentation, I decided to do the bandstand, the old one. And basically, for the top, which was the roof, I used a cardboard box. And to give the effect, I took out the outer layer and I used it for the roof. The top was from the Coca-Cola bottle. Around here, we use paper and we fold them and we use a scissors to cut it out. And when we opened it out, we found out that it made a very nice pattern. So we decided to use that for the gate. As you can see, we see a doll in an outfit. Well, recently they started an Easter bonnet competition. So I decided to do a doll dressed in an outfit. The hat was made by myself, and unfortunately only one person was there. There were two other dolls. They were just there to support the one person. Yeah. Yeah. And to make on the inside with the bricks, I used brown color pencils to color on the inside. Then I marked out with a red marker. The grass was from some artificial plants that I had from my hat the year before.
Congratulations.
And we actually have two more pieces from Ariel Daram from Grant Memorial Presbyterian School.
Wow, this one. And this is the intersection at crossing, right? As you also know it well.
I made this piece out of cardboard. The crossing bridge is actually made of cardboard layer by layer. These signs I painted handmade by myself with tiny brushes. The motorcycle has no body. Yeah. This piece here is made from the tunnel, like a piece of the tunnel. I made a tree with toilet paper and computer paper. The houses are from the background. When you look at the picture, you can see houses from the background. And this other house is also from the background. And then I painted lines for the roads and spray painted the corners for grass. Yeah. Oh, what inspired me to do the crossing bridges? Every day when I come home from school, I always pass by this. So I still want to make it.
Congratulations. Well done. Well done. Anybody else?
And Ashlyn Bridgelal from Trinidad Renaissance School. Is Ashlyn here? Good.
There she is.
For my piece, I used plastic bags, cardboard boxes, straws, hands, and the cover. My grandmother's uncle drove the last train in that instant.
Oh.
And there's just one more, which is Miriam Nanan from TML.
morning, everyone.
Morning.
My age is 8 years old, and I decided to create this train because my grandfather, he drove the train, the San Fernando train. So the materials used was aluminum cans, which was the engine, plastic bottles, and caps, which were the chimney and wheels.
Yes.
Then I used newspapers to cover boxes and painted. I used plastic spoons as the people. Snack boxes with the train. Aluminum lunch foils, which were borders or steel. Cotton wool from jewelry box. Cardboard boxes were the train tracks. Plastic straws were the connections. Skewers were the axles. Twisty ties from bread. Cotton wool from jewelry box or spoon. Thank you.
Congratulations. Well done. Right. Do we have anybody else here, Joshua? No. Sure?
So the mandate for the competition was that you had to create either architectural or a historical feature of San Fernando. So that's the theme of the competition. That's it.
Thank you. So let us begin by congratulating the San Fernando West Youth League of the People's National Movement, right? For coming up with an initiative that involved very, very young people. Let me just tell you all, to tell Mr. Jagasa and Mr. Kalicharan and they that the designers for the carnival bands are right here, and that we don't have to go to China and import any material. Sorry, family. We don't have to import any material there. We could use recyclable materials to make carnival costumes. Why do we have to import all these things when we could have the stuff of the trashes right here that you could be creative and do something? Congratulations, Leonardo da Vinci, eat your heart out, right? Because we are ready in San Fernando and the rest of Trinidad and Tobago. Creativity begins in San Fernando. So congratulations, well done. And let us stand and give this young creative a standing ovation. This is in your honor. And the CEO and I was chatting. We don't know how to do this, but we had an original first and second prize, but they're all winners there. So we'll have to revisit this. We have 2 checks to give out today. We will hold this back and award a check to everybody with a piece there this morning will be rewarded, right? So you're all are winners, and it'll be very unfair because it involved and it took some creativity in you. You'd have had to put your mind to this and interpret it the way you see it. And as somebody in the arts, I can only admire you all. Nobody better than anybody here. It's a different perception, a different presentation. It's how you, through the eyes of the creative mind. And we are all impressed here, and I'm sure Swimcall CEO is thinking as well to support you in this. Mr. CEO, as you hear, this should go viral. You should take this and it's a model to the rest of Trinidad and Tobago that San Fernando is out front. And I'm sure Mr. Rich will be doing this first. So you're going to be celebrities just now, tomorrow, as the time passes. Congratulations, well done. We are only the custodian. We are here as the council to give you the opportunity. Congratulations, well done. I look forward to the reception. So members, invitation to something better than this, and maybe city celebration comes up in November. Maybe an opportunity for you and continue continue in this vein, continue to be creative, because there are a lot of opportunities outside there for you. Just last week, we had a young lady by the name of Nyla Blackman, who was out in the USA, right, competing for a BT award. You don't know where you can go. Continue dreaming and continue being creative. We are waiting for you. Congratulations again. There's a councillor here who created a Christmas tree and trying to be not missed out on the action. So Councillor Smith, come forward and say what you did with your creative mind. Right? Come forward, you made a Christmas tree, some soft drink bottles. And while you're waiting on Councillor Smith to come out, I don't want to break anybody's heart, but anybody supporting Germany, start crying. Germany is going home.
Your Worship, can I just stand here?
Yeah, go ahead. Go out and let little children embarrass you. Go out, come out there. Them 7-year-old and thing. What school are you attending?
Hello? So some of us might be a little bit challenged. So we did sympathy. So for my piece, Your Worship, members, we used recycled water bottles, you know, those that they usually throw in the drains. I took them out, we rinsed them, we painted them, we used an old box that was thrown out, paper that would usually go in the bin, and at $20 lights. And so we have a Christmas tree for those who might not be able to afford, you know, a big traditional Christmas tree. And while these children showed off on me, that's quite all right. That's okay, I'll accept that. But I think my piece is also beautiful. Thank you, Your Worship, and thanks.
Thank you, Councillor Smith, the consummate politician. Congratulations again to all, and thank you all for a very successful meeting.
Unfortunately, not too much, probably less than 5%. We do have companies involved in paper recycling right now, but Swimcall is trying to develop the plastic recycling industry, and it's something that is really just embryonic, so less than 5%. I think it's excellent. We're doing about 30 tons per month of plastic right now. And considering that everything that is brought back into us is from voluntary programs, the citizens volunteer. There's the ICARE program right now where there are about 80 bins located throughout the country, and people, need to drive to an ICARE bin and drop their waste off. And the fact that they're doing that, I think it's quite encouraging. However, we recognize that the majority of people, even though they may be interested, they may not have the time to do that, and therefore the curbside project is expected to bring the recycling to the households and make it easier and more convenient for people, and that's why we think it's necessary to do that.
So do you think the public is buying into this project of recycling?
They're definitely buying into it, and in some cases they are pushing it. I think a lot of people want to get involved. The Tunapuna project that we did, when people heard about it, they actually called to be part of the program, and we had to expand the program along with the Tunapuna Piaka Regional Corporation. So we are quite excited by the response of the people so far, and especially, as I said, with the IKEA program, we do get quite a bit of material from that program, and it shows that people want to be involved, and we have to create the opportunities for them to be involved on a more regular and on an easier basis, of course.
You also mentioned that we're running out of space to put waste. Can you explain on that a little bit?
Well, the thing is, we're an island country, and Sermcol operates 3 landfills right now. Beetham is the largest. Beetham receives about half of the country's waste. And when you really look at Beetham, where it is, it's in a swamp right now, and it's really running out of space. And therefore, how do you relocate a site like Beetham? Where do you put that waste that is coming in now? When you look at that fact, and you look at the fact that the country is populated, and to site a landfill, nobody wants to have a landfill close to where they live, and so it becomes very difficult, almost impossible, to find new space for landfill sites. The solution has to be that of recycling. Yes, we produce 700,000 tons of waste per year. The average person produces about 1.4 kilograms of waste on a daily basis. So that adds up roughly to 700,000 tons, and that's a 2010 statistic. That was the last actual count that was done. So, I mean, when you project 8 years forward, it's definitely more than that by now. So it is a lot of waste we generate. We are a consumer society. We import a lot of consumer products, and most of those consumer products come with packaging, and that packaging is disposed of once the product is used. So we do generate far too much waste than we should for an island state. Well, plastic is a very important product. We have come to depend on plastics, and therefore it's not necessarily banning it, but seeing ways in which it can be reduced. The government is in fact looking at the ban of styrofoam, and we have to look at the fact that there are manufacturers of styrofoam in Trinidad creating employment, and so those things have to be taken into consideration. But I mean, certainly those things we have to look at and make the correct decision based on all the factors. Our intention is to work with each of the municipal corporations to set up at least a pilot program in each municipal corporation within the next 3 years. And once those programs are set up, we hope that it's set up on a pilot basis, but then it slowly expands. So within a 5-year period, I would expect that we should have, once everything goes well, we should have recycling throughout the country.
So in terms of per capita, Trinidad is up there with ranking of people who produce a lot of waste
We are certainly up there with the industrialized countries, so the likes of the US and Europe and so. And we are quite high in the Caribbean region as well. There are other countries like Barbados which are higher than us in terms of per capita, and that's because of their tourist-oriented nature. But when you look at Latin America and the Caribbean as a whole, yes, we are on the higher end in this region. Sure, it's 774-4753.
And your name and portfolio?
Ronald Roach, CEO, Trinidad and Tobago Solid Waste Management Company.
Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you.